I'm Charlie. I'm hosting the show today.
Let's up our lash game. Let's go from this to this. Hi guys, it's Jules. I'm looking a little blank faced today because I don't have my lashes on, and I thought quickly before I head out and do some errands, I'd show you how to apply lashes. We're going to be taking these very plain eyes and we're going to be putting on fake lashes, but there is a very specific method that I use and I want to show you how to do it. Everywhere I go, this is literally one of the #1 questions that I get asked. What type of lashes or what kind of mascara or what are you doing? I really love it and I need to know. So today I'm spilling the tea. Pretty simple, and I think that with a little practice, you guys can master it too. So the first thing you're gonna need is a magnifying mirror. I ordered this one off of Amazon. It's really awesome because it has a regular mirror on one side and you flip it and it has a magnifying mirror on the other. A word of caution about magnifying mirrors. Do you remember those days when we were kids and we used to like try and get the ants with the little magnifying glass? Well, a couple of years ago, I had left my magnifying mirror near the window and I guess it was like a blazing hot day. And you know, the rays came in from the sun and hit this, and I had a towel sitting behind the tub and it hit and it literally bore a hole into the towel, and I was in a different part of the house and I smelled smoke and I went running to try and identify what the smell was, and it was coming, it had lit a fire on the towel. It almost burned down my house. So yeah, just be careful. There are so many types of lashes on the market, both drugstore as well as high-end. My two favorite are these from the drugstore. They are both Kiss. One is the Everlash in number 11, and the other one is the Blowout Lash in Pageboy style. These are just the right amount of curl, just the right amount of length. They're not too dramatic. They give a little bit of pop, but they also are just slightly a little zhuzh. Those work really well, but experiment until you find the ones that work well for you. Everybody's look is different. You might want a little bit more subtle, and some people might want to be more dramatic. Take the other supplies that you're going to need, which is a small pair of cuticle scissors. These ones have a really pointed edge, and a pair of tweezers. I have the slant tip, but I also have used the regular tip as well as the pointy tip, whatever you're comfortable with. And then you're also going to need lash adhesive. So this is the one that I use. It's the Duo regular one, the one that goes on white and dries clear. There's also a dark version that is dark when you put it on, but this is a lot runnier. So unless you're more experienced, I wouldn't suggest this to begin with. And then I just go in after I do everything and I tight line with my Revlon liquid eyeliner. So I know it sounds like it's a lot of steps, but it goes really quickly. I am a little extra, so I wear them every day. I mean, most days. I mean, some days if I'm at home, I'm not wearing false lashes, but actually my family will tell you I'm extra that way too. So I've linked everything in the description box if you're interested, and let's get started. So to start off this lash application, you need to take a pair of the lashes and actually measure them against your eye to see if you need to cut anything off, because otherwise it will bother you. I would suggest that you apply it so that it's not touching the inner corner of your eye, because then it will irritate your eye and your eye will tear up. So I take the lashes and I cut them into 3 sections per eyelash. So as you can see, for 2 pairs of eyes, it's 6 little tiny pieces. And I do have to cut off a little part from the inner, and I toss them because my eye is a little on the smaller side. If you're blessed and have large, massive eyes, you can just cut the regular lash into 3 pieces. So once you do that, I mean, I'm doing this for demonstration purposes, but I don't leave them here. I lay them down on the table or your makeup counter in the same corresponding way you would put them on your lashes so that it's easy to apply. So cut them and lay them out the exact way that you will put them on your eye. So that means you're starting at the outer edge of your eye and you're gonna work into the corner. So I prefer to start on my left eye, it's just easier for me. And then I go to my right eye and I start again on the outer corner and I work in towards the inside. That makes it just a lot more uniform. It's laid out for you. It's not rocket science. It's really easy, and we're gonna take the Duo Lash glue and put a dollop, little pea-sized amount, onto your hand. And you can wait for it to get a little tacky. Some people do that. I just go straight in because I'm experienced now and I don't have to really wait till it's tacky, but I would suggest if this is your first few times doing it, you should do that. Just so that the glue is a little bit easier to work with. And you're taking your tweezers and you're going to put the glue, and I'll try and show you. As you can see, the glue is on the side that goes underneath the lash. So we're basically taking it and we're going to apply it on the outside directly underneath you're matching the bottom of your lash to the bottom of your own natural lash line. If you get any glue anywhere, you just wipe it away, no big deal. And then you're taking your tweezers and you're just gonna take it and use it to reinforce the lash. And that's literally how easy it is. And you're gonna do that with every section. So the next section, again, you're dipping it in. And again, if this is a new procedure, you can wait, blow on it, wait a few seconds, wait maybe 20 seconds for it to get a little tacky. And then you're gonna pull your eye oh so gently. We don't really wanna pull our eyes too much. That can cause premature wrinkling too. And again, we're setting it to the base of the lash line, and voila. You can see how fast this can go once you've practiced. And then the inner corner, the same thing. You can see how important it is to have a good magnifying mirror though, because if you can't see what you're doing, that's gonna be really frustrating. And then once you look in the mirror, you can definitely see what pieces have not laid down. You use your tweezers and just go in and set it down. And then lastly, take your tweezers and just run it up the lash and just make the curl. Okay, see the difference between this eye and this eye? It's very dramatic, and suddenly I have an eye. So to make this look even more realistic, you're just gonna, once the glue sets down, you're just gonna take the whole thing and you're just gonna run the tweezers along your lash line just to make sure that they are really set down. And then you're gonna clamp the two pieces that are close to each other so that you just make it look very cohesive and all in one piece. And voila, one eye is done. And then you're gonna work on your other eye. Just pull back your eyelash your eye a little bit. We're gonna hold it just for a second. If it's wetter, you're gonna have to hold it there just for a little second longer. And it literally is so easy, you don't even have to think about it because you've already laid down the lashes. And then you're gonna take your next piece and set it down in the glue, and same thing, pop it on. You can see how when you get practice and this literally becomes second nature. And this is the last section. You do the same thing. That section was a little bit wetter, so I just have to hold it down for a second longer. But same thing. So then, actually, if you're new, it might be easier just to wait for the whole thing. Just give it a half a minute to dry, and then you're gonna go back in, and you're just gonna press against your lashes with the tweezers just to set down those. And then again, clamping the ones together, close together so that they look cohesive. And if you see any kind of glue or anything extra, you just go back and adjust with your lashes. This is gonna take practice for sure, because especially depending on your eyelash, whether, I know some people have a more strong reflex in their eyes, want to clamp up anytime anything comes close to your eye. I know Mason's like that. I mean, not that he needs lashes. I always thought it was so funny how It's us gals that need the lashes, and yet it's the men in our lives that have all these long, luscious lashes. So unfair. Well, I guess that's why we're more talented. So if you do get glue anywhere, just take it off with the tweezer or with your hand, or with your finger. It's not that big a deal. And voila, you have ooh la la. And I think that is an incredible result for literally a minute or half a minute of your time, depending on how fast you are. So I hope that helped you, and I know so many of you guys have been asking me, and that is how I do my lashes. So leave a comment below, let me know how it goes, or if you have any other routines that are helpful or any other products that work for you, let me know. Please hit that like button, share with anybody that might like it, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Ignore the licking in the background, it's Charlie. Okay, if this was how if this was how